Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from Be Beauty Pure.
And I'm Haley, and today we're going to show you how to do a fill using our Acrygel.
Whether you're a beginner or pro, this tutorial is for you. So before we start, let's actually dive into what is Acrygel, right? Many of you have that question. So Acrygel is a hybrid between a hard gel and acrylic. Basically, acrylic and hard gel made a baby, right? So let's get into it. Let's open this container. One of the things that I love is that our Acrygel has more of a acrylic substance. Therefore, you see when you open the container, it looks more opaque. And when you let it sit, that's when it gets a little shiny. Also, another good feature is that is not as sticky as regular Acrygel would be or out there, you know?
So it's super moldable?
Extremely moldable. So I would say this would be perfect for beginners. Any beginner starts with this, she's never gonna wanna change back. Let's see how it comes out. Let's squeeze it out of the bottle. Look at that consistency. Once you squeeze it out, look at the bead. It's not spreading everywhere. It's not going to the sides. So it gives you perfect control when you're a beginner. You see it?
Looks really easy to use.
And also, we can't smell it.
Yeah, I don't smell anything.
Perfect for people that have salon suites or even home-based or those DIYers. They would love this product.
Who are
Haley?
sensitive to smell.
I know. So, and another thing is, if I am not using the product that is left, I can just squeeze it back in. I don't like wasting product, and we could use it then next time.
I never would have done that.
Yeah, and we need a good 60-second cure. That's one of the things we have to make sure we always cure it for 60 seconds. Nevertheless, and quality control, so you make sure you don't have that little jelly donut effect.
Right. It doesn't cure in the center.
Right, and then you start filing and it oozes out. So
just have a huge mess.
Yeah, make sure you cure it for 60 seconds and control your beads slightly. So let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Let's dive into the actual Acrygel fill. The first thing I do, I am going to grab a lint-free wipe. I'm going to moisten it just a little bit with some alcohol solution. I'm going to grab it into a TP shape, and I am going to cleanse the surface just to make sure I'm not dehydrating the skin. And now I am going to crack down her gel polish right here. She has gel top coat, so we need to make sure we remove that. And I am going to grab my Typhoon bit.
So what RPM are you going to use it on?
I use a high RPM. There is no necessity to do it at a lower RPM. If you do it at a lower RPM, you're just going to dig in because Acrygel is a super soft type of product. People are going to be surprised. I actually use mine between a 25 to 30 RPMs. The faster it is, the less time it'll take. And I gently just go in, scruff off the center part of the nail, and I'm going to twist your hand and then go side by side. Make sure you're gentle in your pressure. If you do too much pressure, what's going to happen? You're going to create an indentation. Yeah. So make sure you also twist the hand from side to side. You want to make sure you're comfortable and you're getting into these little corners without having to cut the person. Also using the tip of my Typhoon bit.
So how long should you go in between fills?
Between 2, 3, I wouldn't say 4 weeks is a little pushing it depending on people, but sometimes, you know, my clients do push it those 4 weeks and sometimes 6. So again, it depends on the person. We already have removed that part of, we've cracked your gel top layer off. So now I'm going to be using the flame bit.
And what grit is this one?
This one is a fine grit. You can see it by the color. Red will tell you is fine, blue will tell you is medium, and then green tells you that it is coarse. I am going to go first in a forward motion, and I am going to do about 9 RPMs, and I'm going to start kindly at the center, but inclining the bit a little sideways. Does it hurt, Amy?
No, barely feel it.
And I'm gently polishing the skin around it and making sure I am constantly pushing back the cuticles. Just gently touching that proximal nail fold, making sure I'm removing everything that you have here underneath. There's a little tergium here. Okay, so now I am going to go ahead even with a 180 grits hand files, or you can do it also with mandrel bit with a sander. So I'm just basically lightly, gently touching the surface of the nail just to make sure I remove the shine. And this is 180 grit. Do you feel anything? Is anything bothering you? Okay, perfect. Awesome. That's what we need. Make sure there is nothing on top of the nail, any type of shine, remove it. At this point, I am going to try and shape your nail a little bit because it has grown out, so it loses shape once it grows out. Haley, do you want it a little bit more on the round shape like you have?
Yeah, I do like them round.
Okay. Because I tend to go a little overboard and I like more of the almondy shapes. So I just want to make sure I do what you like.
I've been loving the round nails lately.
Yeah, they look so natural. Now I'm going to go in with my prepping agents, which is dehydrator and super bond.
And do we need these? Can you skip them?
No, you cannot skip these bonding agents. You need dehydrator, first of all, to remove any type of debris that you have on top of the nail. Also make sure it balances the pH. That's very important. So again, you just gently glide through the top of the nail and you don't need to drench it. You see how little product we have? Now I'm gonna go in with my super bond and the same thing. There's no need for you to drench it. Make sure you remove the excess liquid and gently glide through. If you put too much liquid, which I see many people do that thinking that it'll make it adhere better, it actually will do the opposite. It will make it lift. So there's no need to drench it.
I had no idea. I've seen that before.
Yeah, there you go. Now I'm gonna go in with my one step.
So is this like a base coat?
Yes, absolutely. It's a base coat. I love this one. It's flexible enough. It's hard enough. And I love to use this always for my base. I'm going to also go ahead and use the Builder Gel brush because I don't like to mix my brushes and products. Gently secure your perimeter and glide. If you feel like you need more product, go in. Don't be afraid to wrap a little bit more. Again, I am going to secure my perimeter around the proximal nail fold and underneath. You have a great pocket so I can actually go underneath and gently glide through.
So you're applying it to the whole nail?
To the whole nail.
Okay.
Yes. Make sure you don't touch any skin. If you touch any skin, that will act as a magnet for your gel, and gel will automatically deposit in that area and it'll be very hard for you to remove it.
And it will cause lifting.
Absolutely, 100%. Perfect. Now that is good to go. Okay, Haley, put it in and let's do a 3-second flash cure. I like to do a 3-second flash cure because it will reduce the heat spike. Now it's on 60. Before we start with our Acrygel, I'm going to pour some slip solution because I'll need that to move my product around.
So what's slip solution?
Slip solution is the agent that will help you move the product into place. You need slip solution. You cannot have a dry brush because if not, it's going to stick, to your brush all the time.
And you can't work with it without slip solution.
Exactly. You cannot work with Acrygel without slip solution, and it's odorless. I don't feel any type of odor. And also, one of the things that you must do is make sure you don't drench it. You're just going to place a little nail-free wipe here, and you see me just grabbing a tiny little bit of slip solution from the edge of the container. I'm going to remove the excess, and that's how I'm going to work with it. If it's drenched, what's going to happen is it's going to separate your gel. It's also going to break it down, making a foggy cloud come out type of substance, and you're going to know you're putting too much liquid on your brush. Okay, let's go ahead with my Acrygel. And how do I know I have the perfect bead? So I make sure that this is my size guide, and I am going to place my bead on the spatula, exactly the same size from side to side of the little spatula. So I know that's my perfect bead.
Again, we don't want to waste that product.
No. It's all about saving money. Let's place it on the nail and pushing it through from side to side. Let's secure the perimeter. And with the little tip of your brush, you're going to gently seep it underneath the proximal nail fold. And if you see, Haley, I am not dragging it. I'm not doing anything to it. I'm just making sure I secure my perimeter first.
Just patting it in place.
Just patting it in place. The cuticle area is one of the most important sections. And then with the belly of the brush, you kind of pat it down. And then when I feel I have the whole area secured, that's when I am going to brush it down gently without pressing it too hard, just making sure I won't create any indentions. And also you will see me, or you see me here, that if you feel your Acrygel is touching or sticking to your brush, that means you need a little bit of more solution. You're gonna go in and reapply solution again the same way I did at the beginning. So basically I'm putting it into position and dragging it towards the tip of the nail.
So you want to go ahead and pat first and then pull the product out second.
Correct. And if you feel that there's an excess product, I feel like there might be, there's no problem. Keep on pulling it out.
And I can feel you're doing this very gently.
Very gently. There's no need to create pressure. Remember, you want to make sure your application is as perfect as possible. So taking a little bit more time at the beginning is actually worth it because you have less time filing. And there we go. The application is done. Let me just take this little piece out.
That was so easy.
Easy, and it looks so perfect. Now we cure that for 60 seconds. Now, one of the things you have to do, and it's a must, Haley, you have to cleanse out the inhibition layer from the Acrygel in order to file it.
So is the inhibition layer the sticky layer?
Yep, the sticky layer. If we don't do that, what's gonna happen? Your files are gonna get clogged. It's just gonna be so hard to work with. So let's go right ahead and start doing that. And you just cleanse it with a little alcohol.
I thought that meant that the gel hadn't cured all the way.
Oh, no, not at all. It's always a little sticky layer that creates because of the oxygen. When the gel touches and it's curing inside the lamp, that oxygen layer leaves that tacky layer, which is the inhibition layer. Perfect. Now, for Acrygels, I always recommend using either a 180 grit. Right now, I could go ahead and use a 180 grit because as you can see, there's not much I need to actually file and reshape. It looks really perfect. Or if you feel like you need more debulking, then I would suggest the 150 grit. Okay.
So just 180, 150?
Yeah, there's no need for 100. If you go in with 100 grit, you're just going to remove the whole thing. Remember, this is a baby between gel and acrylic. And if you don't treat it as a baby, she's sensitive, you'll remove the whole thing.
There's no need to file.
So no need whatsoever. So I'm just going to gently go through and just check that everything is leveled out. It's pretty much done, honestly. As you saw, there's no need for me to file so much because it's actually looking pretty good. Even sometimes you could just go right ahead and switch to a buffer because the surface is so perfect and all you want to do is buff it out. And again, this is a 180-240 buffer. So I'm using both sides.
Minimal filing.
Minimal. It's actually pretty perfect. And now I'll just go ahead and dive into top coat or, any design that you want.
So you can go ahead and put the design right on top?
Yep, right on top. Just make sure you cleanse everything, you remove all the debris, and you're good to go. On this part, you want to make sure you remove all the debris. So I'm going to go ahead with this little guy. I made sure I moistened it with some alcohol. Just make sure you remove everything before you apply your top coat. And let's go in with our top coat. We're gonna cure this for 60 seconds. Always as a final cure for top coats, you're gonna cure for 60 seconds. I'm gonna remove the excess of the brush since this is a brand new bottle. I'm gonna secure my perimeter, make sure I go from side to side, and then lightly stretch it out with the same brush applicator, gently from side to side. So good, so smooth. I love it. And the color looks very, very good with your skin.
Natural.
Yes. And there we go. We got the top coat. We're curing that for 60 seconds. Always remember to finish it off. Use your cuticle oil as needed. And there you have it. It's all done.
So that's how you do a fill using our Acrygel. I hope this gave you the confidence to give it a try.
And if you have any questions, make sure you comment below, like, and subscribe to our channel.